lad. I thought you were doing well.
So did I. Turns
certainly...
out everything breaks in that corner over there.
Did it? It all broke down for you?
Yeah,
I'll tell you what, you were certainly on top at the beginning of that fight, weren't you?
Yeah, we tried to get them over, but they just wouldn't go.
The flipper was working quite well, though, wasn't it?
Flipper was working well, until, like I said, everything died in that corner.
I thought their tactic, because they were having problems with you, so I thought their tactic of pushing you into the CPZ, into the clutches of Dead Metal was a good tactic.
Yeah, it was a good tactic, but Dead Metal didn't have his saw, did he?
No, he didn't have the saw. Are you, disappointed? Do you think you could do bigger, brother?
Disappointed? Yeah, I reckon we could have them, but next time.
Yeah? How do you feel it went for you?
Went all right.
Went all right.
Could have done better, but they're a good team. They're a good robot.
And I'll tell you what, so are you guys as well. Nothing to be ashamed of there. Let's hear it for Rick! You know, you two, you're becoming such big stars. People are starting to ask me if I know you.
Yeah.
Yeah? You've got a brilliant robot as well, haven't you?
Mm-hmm.
Who was doing the flipping? You were doing the flipping?
Yeah.
It wasn't working that well for you there, was it? You wasn't getting the timing right, was you?
No, she wasn't.
No, she wasn't?
No.
Yeah. And you were doing the driving?
Yep.
Yeah, well, you were doing OK. But they were on top. It was only when you pushed them into sort of Dead Metal that you kind of stole the fight then, didn't you?
Yes, it was. But I think when we flipped them over, we sort of broke their flipper.
Yeah. Why did you flip Dead Metal? You know, Dead Metal's got a long memory.
Yeah, and we flipped him because because Rick was he was stuck.
And you were trying to help Rick, were you?
Yeah.
Because you wanted the fight to continue.
Yeah.
You wanted to get stuck in.
Yeah.
You're in the final. You're fighting
Lambsy.
Now, come on. What do you think? Give me a prediction.
I don't know, mate. And we got him in the pit last time. Maybe we'll be able to get him in again.
Yeah, but do you think you're going to win the final?
Yes.
All right, then. Let's bring it on. Let's hear it, Joe and Ellie and the Bigger Brother team!
So there we have it. Rick and Killer Carrot 2 have gone out, and that leaves the Minor Meltdown final. Bigger Brother against Lambsy, the best two machines and teams in it. Well, the drivers may have been small tonight, but the action has been big, bad, and brutal to the end. So let's see how our tip-top tots made it this far. Well, Bigger Brother and Lambsy started fighting together. Saw point pirouetted, fell. Bigger Brother and Lambsy came head-to-head, but Saw Point was the weakest machine. They went before Lambsy were pitted. They were bashed and they crashed out. The next fight was between Killer Carrot 2, Tetanus 2 and Rick. Killer Carrot was the tip to go all the way to the final. Tetanus 2 always looked cumbersome. Rick was the best machine in the fight. Tetanus 2 took a jab too many. Then it was Lambsy against Killer Carrot 2. A wolf in sheep's clothing. Lambsy too strong for the Carrot. Despite taking a crash and a bash from Psycho, the wheel came off the Killer Carrot dream. Sliced carrots, anyone? Mashed carrots, anyone? Carrot soup. Rick and Bigger Brother dodged the spinning blade of Dead Metal. This was a terrific tussle. But Rick eventually were immobilized, and Bigger Brother too strong as Rick took the big fall. The Minor Meltdown final. Our tiny tots, our super tots here. Bigger Brother and Lambsy, and Philip has joined me in the Crow's Nest. A couple of these little kids have grown up with Robot Wars, haven't they?
Yeah, well, Joe and Ellie, particularly from the Bigger Brother team. They started off this big, and now Joe's this big, and, you know, and he's almost a grown-up.
Are they really controlling it? Are they having any help?
They're not having any help at all, and you wouldn't know it, actually, if you just watched, because Joe is a phenomenal driver. It's absolutely brilliant. And they're working really well as a team. We've seen lots of brothers and sisters on this show working really well as a team, which to me is an amazing thing.
I think Lambsy's a little bit lucky to get this far. I've got to go bigger brother. I think Joe's going to be a really good roboteer when he gets older.
Lambsy have fought fantastically, and we saw that fantastic image of the washing machine in the pit going up and down because Lambsy was still there underneath fighting. And I loved that. But I think bigger brothers as well, because I think Joe has inherited his dad's Ian's talent for driving. So that's who I'm going to go for too.
So it's bye-bye Lambsy.
No.
Well, tonight has seen a brand new world of half-pint pain. But now, are you ready to find a minor meltdown champion? Then let the final begin.
Bigger brother.
Offensively destructive with a huge flipper, defensively indestructible Joe and Ellie Watts, so they say.
Lambsy.
There at the controls, Scott and Daniel Lockhart.
Roboteers, stand by.
There in the arena is Shunt with the blades at either end, Sergeant Bash with the flamethrower.
3, 2, 1. Debate.
They fought right at the start of this minor meltdown. Perhaps they were feeling each other out. Perhaps they sensed they were the best machines. Lambsy's on its side. Now, how will they self-right from there? It is invertible. It can run either way up. The wolf's head, the sheep's head long gone. The jaws are open, but they won't be able to self-right. Lambsy, the only position bigger brother could have put Lambsy in to stop it immediately, was on its side. They've done it. That is very good driving by Joe Watts, and Lambsy are beaten by the outstanding minor meltdown team. Scott Lockhart and Daniel, his brother, didn't know what had hit them. They're in the pit. That attack did it. On its side. No way back for Lambsy. And like a good sheepdog, bigger brother simply rounded them up, penned them in, and sent the lambs off to slaughter.
Oh dear, all over in less than a minute. Lambsy gets thrown to the wolves. The winner of the minor meltdown, bigger brother. Lambsy, all over in less than a minute. It felt like you were incapacitated after about 12 seconds. What happened?
Well, bigger brother flipped us.
Yeah.
We had our flipper open, hoping to charge at them. But as the flipper was opened, it would roll onto its side, and we couldn't actually self-right.
What was your plan? If that wouldn't have happened, how do you think you would have beaten bigger brother? What were you going to do?
We were going to open our jaws, try and ram the flipper to try and stop it working, but it didn't work.
No. I mean, you came very far, though, didn't you? Got all the way to the final. You disappointed?
Not that disappointed.
Not that disappointed. What about you? You disappointed?
No.
Did you enjoy? Have you enjoyed Robot Wars this time round?
Yeah.
Yeah? You going to come back and fight again?
Yeah.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, gallant losers, let's hear it for Lambsy! You just keep getting more famous and more famous and more famous, don't you?
Yes.
You're never off the telly. And you know all those times you fought with your dad?
Yeah.
And you didn't win anything. And then when you fight on your own, you win, don't you?
Yeah.
Do you know what you've got to do, don't you? Get rid of the old man. Isn't it? Get rid of the old man. Joe, how did you feel it went for you?
It went pretty, and well, when we were in the box through the break, and when we were waiting, and Dad and I had the tactic talk.
You had a tactic talk, a tic-tac talk?
to flip them over, and because they're aerials on one side of them, it will make them more sluggish.
See? They had tactic talks. And it worked, didn't it?
Yeah.
Did you think it was going to work so quickly, though?
No, they're good robots, and I think they'll do pretty well next time as well.
But you're very good at it. You're a very good driver. Have you been doing lots of practicing or what?
Not a lot. Not a lot.
You're just naturally gifted, are you, Joe?
I don't know. Maybe it's just how I just turn off on my brain and just do it.
Brilliant. Well, do you know something? You've done it. And I'm going to give that to you and Ellie. Ellie, there's your trophy. You, bigger brother, are our minor meltdown champions. Let's hear it for them. Well done. Ellie and Joe, congratulations, Dad. Well, they're all off to wash their grubby little paws, because it's dirty business. This Robot Wars. Bye-bye. Congratulations, guys.